Action Hank.
So you pronounce it the same as the American Hank. It's the with an A.
Oh, okay. Action Hank.
Yeah.
Working with Unity. How has it been for this project?
It's been great. We started using Unity, I think, 4 years ago for small game jam type of projects, and all we did with Unity was small 48-hour projects because it was really easy to get into. This was our first big project. We were like, yeah, let's go with Unity because it's all we know. And
how long did it take you to prototype this? Get a basic version without any really textures and graphics?
A week.
Really?
Yeah, a week. It's it was just cubes and spheres with Unity physics, simple rendering. It's all really basic, and even with cubes and spheres, it proved to be a very fun game. It was fun.
You running into any difficulties with Unity through the process?
See, we wanted to get rid of the standard sort of Unity look. I don't know if you know what I mean. It's sort of you can often see it. It's a Unity game, but because if you use the standard Unity lighting and all the shaders, so we had to step to sort of a different shader package to get rid of that. It wasn't a difficulty, more of a preference, I guess.
If someone's going to make their game, would you recommend Unity?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Cool. It's so easy to get into, and you have it has a massive user base. So if you have a simple question, even if it's a really stupid question, you can ask it online, and you type it in Google, and there's always an answer. If you have a problem, someone else has run into it, and you will always find answers online. It is, yeah.
And how long did it take you guys to make what we're seeing here?
Action Hank has been in the works for 1.5 years, and that's when the PC version was done. Yeah. PC, Mac, and Linux, and now we're porting it to consoles.
Okay, so I'm here with Lance for Banner Saga 2. Now I have to say, I played a lot of Banner Saga, and I probably started it over and over for the first 8 hours I played it, because it is probably one of the most brutal and unforgiving games I've ever come across.
Or you're just awful at it.
No, it was just brutal. It was very unforgiving, because it doesn't matter which direction you take, because you get those choices as you start going through the game and you play, and you have to pick this choice or that choice, and it doesn't matter what you pick, you gain something and you lose something. Every single one. I tried them all.
Or you lose and lose.
There is that, which sucks a lot. But it's very real. Like, well, that sucked. Oh, that sucked. Oh, we lost that character because we set the forest on fire? Don't set the forest on fire. The dudes with the horns, they don't like that at all. So, Banner Saga 2. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't gotten all the way through Banner Saga 1 because
Because you're awful?
Yeah, I'm awful. No, I'm actually really good at the strategy part of it. It's just, it's a very long, and it's brutal, and it makes you cry when you're sitting like, but I liked that guy. No, I'm going to go back 3 hours of gameplay because that's the last time I had anything that's worth a damn.
Well, you're not the only one.
I know.
There's quite a few people who do restart the game if they lose somebody they really care about. And there's quite a few people who have not finished the game for that very reason.
That's what I did. Anyway, so Banner Saga 2. I take it we still have the endless day? Or is it... So
you kind of learn a little bit more about that, as well as Juno, and as well as the Dark Serpent that's going around. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but you do kind of learn a little bit more about all of that. Maybe the gods aren't as dead as they appear to be. But it is Banner Saga 2. It's more Banner Saga, largely. It's more of the art, more of the storytelling. The story picks up right where Banner Saga 1 left off. And we want people to beat the first game. Largely because you can import your save game and carry on with the exact same characters, exact same choices, exact same items. Everything you did will carry on, similar to how like the Mass Effect games. So we really want people to beat the first game if they keep trying.
What he's basically saying is he's incentivizing me and everyone else out there who hasn't done it to go and beat the first one.
It is Banner Saga 2, and with any good sequel, it's more stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be introducing some of these guys, which are fantastic Horseborn. They're a centaur-like people from the south. They start raiding into the world, and you have to figure out who they are, what they're doing, kind of learn a little bit more about them. They're also very interesting to use on the battle boards as well. Like Varl, for example, take up 4 spots. Centaurs take up 2 and have very unique abilities and things to them. You're going to meet new characters, obviously. So you have this guy right here is a fan favorite named Bulwark. The strong female lead right there named Volka. Interesting characters will pop up every now and then.
So So we got a new race, got some new playable, awesome characters coming in. Is there any like game mechanic features that are new that are going to be, or things that you thought were maybe were broken in the first one, or things that weren't quite the way you wanted them that you fixed in this one?
Certainly. So there's a big, somewhat discussion about how combat worked. We had the base idea down pretty well. It was the strength versus armor and health. The problem with that was we had the scenario set up so that you always went in, and it was basically just kill everybody. The problem was people could game the system if they figured out how to do that correctly. And you could technically beat every battle using a very similar method. So to put an end to that, the guys have made quite a few changes to the battle boards and to combat itself. A very cool thing they're doing this time around is that sometimes on those battle boards you'll see the story unfold there, as opposed to just reading about it, which is just cool for players to see it instead of, you know, reading it in text, right?
Yeah.
Secondly, the battle boards also have some interactable objects on them. For example, maybe it's a palisade, or maybe it's a cart you can push over to block a path, or maybe you can light something on fire to cause a trap, or maybe you can spring a trap, or maybe enemies spring traps on you. Interactable objects really play a role in how you play certain battle boards. Another big one actually is objectives. Now, sometimes it won't be just go in and kill everybody. That does still happen, and that does happen pretty often. But oftentimes there might be something like ensure that such and such character never gets attacked, or ensure that we hold a bridge, so you have to hold a certain piece of the battle board without, you know, for 10 turns or something like that. So the victory conditions for those objectives ensure that players can't game the system and use the same strategy to beat every single objective. The fourth thing is that more art to the battle board, so they feel more alive. They feel like they're a legit place, not just a random tiled grid placed in the middle of nowhere. They feel alive. They feel like they're part of their real world.
Okay, because that was one of the things that I thought was actually really well done in the first one, was that it did feel very alive, the bit grid. So if you've improved that, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. I'm very excited about this game. This is like, I want to touch it, but I don't. And the fact that I'm seeing here just as play as Rook and play as Alette, I'm like,
there's some choices there, definitely.
I don't even want it. No, I don't. I'm going to get two computers. I'm going to play these games side by side and do completely different things in both of them. I don't like this option. I'm going to choose this one instead. That's almost what I want to do with this game. It really is. That's what I meant when I say it's unforgiving and brutal, is it doesn't matter which choice you take. Every single choice has its pros and cons. There is no right answer.
Certainly. And sometimes, regardless of what you do, you're just kind of screwed. I mean, that's the way the world's going. It's not a happy place to live right now. Everybody is suffering. Everybody's a refugee. And you gotta do what you can, but sometimes you're just kind of shit out of luck.
What's the timeline we're looking at for release on this one?
So no firm release date. Still in development. I think what we're kind of saying is winter-ish.
Got it.
So take that for what that means.
Cool.
I don't technically know what winter-ish means.
It means it'll be done when it's done.
It's a flavor of gum.
That's the idea. Winterish.
Winterish.
Kind of, yes.
It's the flavor of gum.
That is key, though. It is done when it's done. There's no rush. There's no, when you got to get this out by Halloween or I don't know, whatever date. None of that. It's done when it's done. And it's important to John and Arnie, the two main guys, that it's true to the quality level.
As long as you guys don't start using the sales technique of winter is coming, we're good to go, okay? 'Cause that's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, pretty sure we won't be using that one.
Winter-ish.
Winter-ish is coming.
Winter-ish is coming.
Yes.
Guys, be sure to check out the Corsair coverage. They are unveiling a new Cherry MX Switch. It's silent. So be sure to check that out. Also, they've got some new RGB action going on here with the brand new version of the Strafe. They've got a new MMO gaming mouse called the Scimitar. And they also have some new RGB headsets. So check out the footage by clicking on the screen or see the link in the description, or else.